Hey there, welcome back to I Don't Know a Thing. There's a lot of sports going on right now. I love to talk about the World Series, the Rays and the Dodgers, and also Big Ten football is back this weekend. But for now, I'm just going to do my NFL picks, so let's get started. Just got to find my glasses for this. Oh, there they are. Let's talk Thursday Night Football and my Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. Now, this is a do or die game for the Eagles. They are 4-1 in their division, but it's still wide open. But this game is a sink or swim moment. I don't know how many more cliches I can say. If they win this game, they still have a chance. If they lose, their season's pretty much over. And there's no side of the Eagles or the Eagles fan base that wants to lose this game and tank for Trevor. Tank for Trevor. The Eagles already have a quarterback controversy in sorts with Wentz and Jalen Hurts. They're definitely not in the running for that pick. So they want to win. They want to make the playoffs. This is a game that I think they're going to be fighting a little harder than the Giants for. With that said, the Eagles still have so many injuries. So many. They've now lost Miles Sanders and Zach Ertz, the last of their weapons, and they're still very short on their O-line and the rest of their weapons. So it's still a battered and bruised team. Luckily, the Giants are still abysmal. They may have gotten their first win over the Washington football team, but they still have a lot of flaws in their offense and their defense. The Eagles' front four is going to cause Danny Dimes a lot of issues. There's going to be a lot of sacks, maybe a fumble, and I think that end of the defense is going to win the game for the Eagles. Eagles, -4.5, that's a lock. Now let's talk Packers-Texans. Aaron Rodgers somehow made himself look like a bigger jackass than he usually does. He pulled out the Key and Peele 1, 2, 3 pump celebration on touchdown that actually got called back. And then him and his defense let up 38 points to Tom Brady. That's a pretty big ego hit for Aaron Rodgers. And if we know one thing about Aaron, it's that his ego means a lot to him. And if you look back, he's actually 30-15 after a loss. And this last one hurts his rep. With the Texans, they finally got their win 2 weeks ago, but they just still seem a little shaky. They're doing better with the help of Bill O'Brien, and Deshaun Watson will always keep them in the games, but I will always bet on a bounce-back game for Aaron Rodgers. Packers, -3.5, that's a lock. Let's head on back to the NFC East to talk about the Cowboys at the Washington football team. And man, the Cowboys look bad. Really bad. Luckily for them, they're facing the Washington football team. Perfect team to play. Now, Washington's front four is going to give Andy Dalton fits. He's shown he struggles when he has to improvise in the pocket, and that is the strength of that Washington team. Hopefully for the Cowboys, Zeke can reestablish himself and actually hold on to the ball. These are two bad teams in a bad division playing a bad game. It's not going to be a good one, and it's not going to be a fun one, but I think the Cowboys will pull it out. They're just as dysfunctional as Washington, but they have way too much star power to lose this one. I'm going Cowboys +1, that's an upset. Next we got Bears at the Rams. This is an interesting one. So the Bears are a 5-1 team, and they're in first place, but everyone kind of looks at them and goes, I don't know if I trust it. There's something you're not really sure about them yet. On the other side, the Rams have looked good at their best and pretty mediocre at their worst. I think the Rams are just as flawed though, because they're 4-2, but all 4 of their wins have come against the NFC East. And the 2 games they played against competent teams, they looked horrible. The Bears are now going to be underdogs for their 4th straight game, and they have won the last 2. They lost the first one when I picked them, so whatever. Good old Nick Foles is used to being the underdog, and he's proven he can shine in primetime games. I'm going to take the Bears +6, that's an upset. Finally, we got Steelers at the Titans. 2 of the last 3 undefeated teams are squaring up in a game that should have happened 3 weeks ago. There's a lot of drama in this one. The Titans' COVID debacle totally screwed the Steelers over in terms of scheduling, and they don't have a break the rest of the season now. Well, obviously it wasn't on purpose on the Titans' end. I'm sure some of the Steelers players have taken exception to that, and it might show up on the field. And to the Steelers' credit, they've been playing amazing. Their defense is phenomenal. Big Ben is playing like Big Ben of the mid-2000s, and they're just a wide receiver factory. On the other side, the Titans are also proving that they're legit. Ryan Tannehill is proving that last year wasn't a fluke and he's not just a game manager. He's a legit quarterback in this league and should be in the MVP conversation. Speaking of MVP candidates, Derrick Henry is reminding us why he is an absolute force in this league that can toss Josh Norman's off him like he's nothing. A pretty interesting fact is that the Titans are undefeated when Derrick Henry rushes for over 100 yards. Now this game's going to be close, and it's really going to come down to who wins the battle. Derrick Henry and the rush offense of the Titans, or the rush defense of the Steelers. Again, this is a close game. It's going to be hard fought, hard to call, but I got to start giving the Steelers their respect, and I'm going to take them. Steelers +1.5, screw it. Those are my NFL picks, and you can trust me, because I got glasses on.